Hello YouTube, it's called Fish in the Building Gang, it's called Fish in the Building Gang. So yeah, today I'm doing video number 3, today I'm just gonna be talking about, self-development, you know what I mean? So I don't have any script on me, I'm just gonna be freestyling out here, man. So if you want, in depth about the self-development, you can just write down the comment down below about whatever you need to understand about self-development, guys. So yeah, my name is Kodo Fish in the building gang. You know what it is. My government name is the Chinese name, but yeah, that's my government name. But if you wanna know about my government name, that's my government name. But anyway, other than that, just call me Fish, call me Kodo. It's cool with that, man. Gonna move on from that. So yeah, today I'm just gonna be talking about self development. So what is self development? Somebody would ask for, okay, what is self-development? So what is self-development? So self-development is basically, you know, develop, just like the word is self-explanatory. Self-development is developing yourself almost on a daily basis, you know, becoming a better version of yourself almost every day. You know, one could say self-development is becoming a better person almost every day. One could say self-development is just becoming a better person every day, learning a new skill, investing in oneself, well, there are a lot of explanations, you know what I mean? But as long as you grab the picture, what you must improve yourself and become a better person at the end of the day. That is self-development. So there are ways and many ways that one can become self-developed. You know what I mean? You develop your speech, you can develop your leadership skills. You can develop your health, you can develop your body, your physical, your mental, and your spiritual. You know what I mean? So there are a lot of many ways that you can develop yourself, guys. But today I'm just gonna be talking about self-development in aspect of myself. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna give you examples about myself, or where am I developing myself and where I'm heading. You know what I mean? In the next end of this year, I know what there's a lot of things that I really need to reach. There's a lot of things that I really need to be done, and there's a lot of things that I should have been done by the end of this year. So since I have realized that, I've decided, okay, let me just get into this self-development journey on my own. So you have to have a plan when you are developing yourself, so that you have to follow it. So that when you are not doing it, or when something is wrong with whatever, you make sure what you do it no matter what. So that's why, for example, I started this channel that I'm gonna be posting on, this Kefano Tamil channel. I did this channel. I created this channel a long time back, and I really didn't to watch YouTube videos. And I was like, no man, come on, I can do better than that. I can just take more videos and post here and vlogs about my daily life. You know what I mean? So it's a simple thing, and I'm not even advertising this channel at all. I'm just putting on it for myself, for like my future reference when I see myself after a year. I see, okay, what's my progress and what have I done. You know what I mean? Because I know what in life, nothing is 100% sure. I may have a self-development plan, and by the end of the year, maybe I have done maybe 70 or 50% of the work. So yeah, it's not that bad, you know what I mean? As long as the next year I'm striving for that 100 again, and I always improve my percentage on working on myself, you know what I mean? So yeah, that's the self-development journey, man. That's how you should learn, develop yourself with this journey and everything, man. So there's a lot of ways one could develop oneself, you know what I mean? Uh, you could develop yourself, your leadership skills, your skills in your manual handling skills, your mechanical skills, your physical skills, whatever. Maybe you are a boxer, you can improve your boxing. Maybe you are a rapper, you can improve your writing, your pen. Maybe you are a singer, you can improve your voice to sound more angelic, everything, man. Maybe you are a speech person, you want to learn about, you are a debate guy, so you need to learn about speech control, and you need to learn about speech in general. That's something that you can develop on, and you can develop on your personal skills. You know what I mean? Your handwriting, your speech, your communication. You can improve your communication, or how you communicate with people, how you communicate with family, how you communicate with girls, how you communicate with ladies, how you can communicate with women, how you can communicate with men. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of ways that you can self-develop, man. There's a lot of ways that you can self-develop. So it's not like you can self-develop. There's a lot of fields, there's a lot of areas that you can develop yourself. And I don't hear no excuses out here saying, no, I cannot develop this, I cannot develop that, I cannot develop this. So yeah, today I'm just gonna be talking about self-development, guys. So yeah, since we have established that there's a lot of ways you can self-develop, so let me give you some examples on how you can self-develop. Example, I said I'm gonna be giving examples about myself because I'm the one taking the video, I'm the one talking about self-development, so I can give practical examples instead of AI just giving you general information. I'm gonna give you specific information about a specific person, and that person is me. You know what I mean? So yeah. Now right now I'm self-developing. I have my own development plan, which I'm still working on it. When I say I'm still working on it, I'm still drafting up the plan on how I'm gonna be developing myself for the rest of the year. You know what I mean? So the development plan is easy. You know what I mean? So the plan is I need to lose weight for the whole year. That's the biggest goal that I have on my development plan. I need to lose weight. You know what I mean? So losing weight is practically an easy thing, but gaining weight is easy because I gained this weight like in 6 months, and I kept on gaining weight until I became this big, chubby and stuff like that. So I need to lose weight, man. I can't be this big. I don't like this body. I need to be skinny and buffed up. You know what I mean? That's the body type I like and what I'm comfortable with. So being this big, somebody may be comfortable doing this big thing. Okay, no, I'm big, but now it's not comfortable for me. So one of the biggest goals in my self-development, plan is that I need to lose weight. What I did is just I went on and researched about exercises and workouts that can lose weight. So I researched about walking around. You can lose calories, running, and then you can do planks. Then you can do sit-ups. Then you can do planks again, sit-ups. You know what I mean? Then you can do running, jogging. Then you can do a lot of things. You know what I mean? So I have that plan settled up. So right now I'm just working on the workout plan. Okay, how am I gonna do the workout plan? What time, whatever. I'm free, looking at the schedule that I have with myself. That okay, this is the most time I'm free, and even the time that I can exercise, and then I can So what I decided in my plan, I decided okay, this is my plan. I decided okay, I'm gonna work out in the evening. So that means if I'm not able to work out in the evening, I'm gonna do a workout at night. Yes. But if I find out that okay, maybe that day I'm gonna be busy, I may do the workout in the morning, and then the whole day I'm just gonna do nothing. But since the workout is very hard, on the body, you need to rest after the workout. So doing it in the morning is not really ideal, but I will do it anyway if I don't have a choice. You understand? Because I know I can handle it. I'm a big guy. You know what I mean? Literally. Yeah. Anyway, back to the thing. So I'm gonna be doing it, in the morning if I'm gonna be busy the rest of the day. But if I'm not busy for the rest of the day, I'll do it in the evening and at night. Then I take a bath and I rest. Morning, another day, keep on grinding. You know what I mean? So I've established that I have a plan. I work out in the evening. That's the plan. So every evening, 4 or 5 o'clock, I start the workout. 4 or 5 o'clock, I start the workout. And eventually, it's really simple out here in my hood where I'm near a football pitch where I can go and train with the guys. So it's basically simple for me. So like what I do is like I'm gonna do exercises with them, and then I'm gonna add exercises that they are not doing for my weight loss, because exercise for a football player is not the same as exercises for a person who's trying to lose weight, or lose belly fat if I have a big belly. So since I realized that, I decided, oh, okay, no, it's gonna be simple. I'm just gonna train with the guys, but after I finish training with the guys, when we get in the pitch to play the football, then I can do the rest of the exercises that I need to do, for my workout plan, and then I tick that off for the day, and I'll be done for that day. The workout plan is done, and everything again, and everything, you understand? So other than that, that's the workout plan I have for my losing weight. So that's the plan that everybody should have. That's the plan that you could have, and basically easy, man. Basically easy. And then one thing that you can start develop on is maybe learning a new language. You know what I mean? So for example, you can learn French. You know, you can learn about French. You understand? So you can learn about French. French is practically a new language. So learning a new language, learning French. So what you would do when you are then trying to learn a new language, like maybe you set a target for yourself. Maybe every day you do maybe 10 quizzes, or you learn 10 words a day. Every day you learn 10 words, 10 words, 10 words. Then after a while, then you start learning sentences. You know what I mean? Learn 10 sentences, 10 sentences a day, 10 sentences a day. Then you learn the alphabet of a French alphabet. What I mean, then you can combine the verbs, the nouns, the cities, the names, and everything. Marathi. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. You learn all these things when time goes on. You learn the new language. Because the new language, can come in handy in the future. Maybe I'm traveling outside of the country. Maybe somehow you are in France and you already know French. You can easily talk to the local people there, ask for directions, ask where you can get the best sleeping area, maybe the lounge or whatever you want to get. You can easily get good recommendations from the local, because you can talk to them and they can understand you easily. So then you can get good opinions and good prices and good deals and good quality. You know what I mean? So that's that about learning a new language. And also on this self-development journey, you can say you wanna build up your spiritual life. You know what I mean? So your spiritual life is basically your connection with a higher being that you believe in, God, Allah, what else, the Buddha. You know what I mean? So since now I'm a Christian, I believe in God. So that's my higher power. So what I strive for in spirituality, in a spiritual life, when I just wanna, self-developing my spiritual life, so just to get closer to the Creator. You know what I mean? So that what I would do, maybe I will read a chapter of the Bible every day. A chapter of the Bible. Maybe in Genesis, I just read chapter 1, I'm done. Tomorrow, chapter 2, I'm done. Next day, chapter 3. The other day, chapter 4. Small by little. I'm not just rushing. I'm just letting myself soak in this information about spirituality. And then maybe on Sundays I go to church also. I go to pray. I pray almost every day. When I sleep and when I wake up, I go to church on Sundays. I sing, I dance, I do everything for the Lord, man. So that's that with the self improvement on spiritual life. And then you also maybe have Bible study. You have buddies, you can do it online, maybe on WhatsApp, set up a WhatsApp group and you just type in about a topic that you want to talk about, and then they can type in their opinions on these things and get a bigger person who's already soaked in this knowledge. You ask them for, okay, what does this basically mean? Because you can read You can read a chapter every day, but if you don't really understand what the verses deep meaning is, then there's really nothing you can do. So you can read the verse in the morning, you wake up, you pray. After praying, you take the Bible, read a chapter of the Bible, you write down what you think the chapter means, and then you go around in the group, in the WhatsApp group that we created, you go around and ask the guys, okay, now I read this chapter and this is how I understand it. Is it really the meaning that I'm supposed to get from this verse, or is there any other meaning that I should be getting from this verse? So then all of the guys who are in the group will reply. Then as the day goes on, the spiritual life you know is getting bigger and bigger and stronger and stronger. You know what I mean? So, and another way that you can self-develop is maybe communication. You know what I mean? Communication is a big thing because we as humans we live on communication. Communication. You know what I mean? Rapport. You know what I mean? So, like, if you have good communication skills and people really like what you're talking about and you know how to express yourself, through communication, people are we're gonna be fond of you, and then most of the time you're gonna be able to get what you want from the conversation because you are you are gonna be able to articulate what you want from any interaction that you have. For example, a business deal. If you are in a business deal, then you're able to articulate yourself for okay, from this business deal, what I'm expecting from this is this and this. Then when they drop the contract, the contract is always going to favor you because you already articulated yourself what you need. So when they drop the contract and they fulfill your demands, that means you have already got what you wanted through communication. But if you are not able to communicate very well, you are not able to communicate very well, then they might not give you the contract that you are deep inside that you're looking for because you couldn't be able to communicate well or what that you really want from the contract. So that is that. And then another thing, for example, the one that a lot of people like, chasing girls. If you are able to communicate very well, you can be able to like talk to girls very, very easily, and you can have a relationship with girls, any girl you want, because you are able to talk for yourself. You know what I mean? So if you're able to talk for yourself, to the girl of your dreams, it's easy. You talk to her, you get a number, you get a date, you do what you do, para, you are in the, you are in there, man. She's already a girl, already cruising to a better life. That's what I mean, communication. And then another thing about communication is that you can communicate with your family so that you can set up boundaries. As family, sometimes the boundary line becomes so thin that sometimes the people forget. For okay, sometimes we have to have boundaries as a person. You know what I mean? Even though we're a family member, doesn't mean you can just use my things as they are yours. So, for example, let's say I have a laptop. Sometimes it doesn't mean for you guys can take the laptop anytime that you wanna take it. You don't even borrowing it from me, stuff like that. That's not really good. You need to set up boundaries on that so that you can communicate or okay, no, this is not really good because you need to respect my things as well, and I have to respect your things also. You know, then communicate that boundaries very well, and then our family bond is gonna be stronger because now we understand each other, we know how to treat each other. It is what it is. We go on living, man. So that's self-development, guys. I just wanted to give you examples, and that's that. Self-development, man. Just being a better person every day, making sure you're improving on something, a skill, whatever, developing a skill. Yeah. And one thing about self-development is that while you are developing yourself, later in life, you can develop a skill that can make you a lot of money. You know what I mean? For example, if you are maybe a rapper and you're studying out, you're studying learning rapping, studying learning writing, following the beat, stuff like that. You can do that. Then later, you start you just go in the studio, record a song, then post it, and people like it. And then you start up a career on that. Now you're a rapper. are well known. Now you can monetize your weapon, your artistry. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's that with your self-development. You can monetize it, the benefits of monetize it. You can become a better person. You can be at peace with yourself because you know where you're going, and you can easily achieve a lot of goals because you are self-developing. You know what I mean? So it is what it is, man. It's called vision a building, gang, gang. It's called vision a building, gang, gang. You know what it is. When called vision a building, the building is lit. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's all, man, with the self-development, guys. I will see you on the next video. It's called vision a building, gang, gang. It's called vision a building, gang, gang.